Hello everyone and welcome to Wintellect Now. Data access is critical to any application. It doesn't really matter what the application is for, whether it's just a command line utility or a full-blown desktop application with multiple features. It almost always requires some kind of data input or data source for that application to run well. But data doesn't come in a single format. Data can be something as simple as a CSV file, or it might be something as complex as a relational database management system. It also might come from something like a web service, or it might even be user input data that they actually enter into a form or a command line. Regardless of how the data is obtained, the data is going to come into an application through multiple channels and in multiple ways. Likewise, knowing how to access that data is also critical to writing applications. No matter what language you write in, you have to understand how that language can receive input. Now that I've got my demo pulled up here, what I'm going to be doing in this is I'm going to be calling a weather API that provides me a forecast for a given location. Now what I'm doing is I'm defaulting to 901.2.2.0, and this particular API can pass in any number of different kinds of location. I can pass in a zip code, I can pass in your longitude and latitude, or I can pass in the name of the city. And I'm defaulting to that, but if it is set, I'm going to assign that to this query parameter. Then I'm just building a URL with that, and then passing that to curl. You can see here's my curl implementation. I'm calling curl, setting the options there, and then getting back the results from curl. And then I'm taking those results and then parsing them using JSON decode. And then what that's going to do is give me objects that I come down here and build some HTML out of. Here I'm looping over the various objects that the JSON decode got out of the JSON that was returned from. Here's the code that actually does that. As we've seen already, this XML search path here, and then we've talked about that already, where I'm getting the line out of the document. And here's where I'm loading up the hamlet.xml, and here's where I'm actually filtering it and getting back the line. And here's where I'm going back to the parent and then getting the speaker of that particular line. And then here's where I'm echoing back the data to the string as XML. So let's flip over to my browser and see what this looks like. Here's what the blank form is going to look like. And let's say not to be, that is the question. That's a famous line from Hamlet. And Hamlet says to be or not to be, that is the question. Apparently it shows up one other time. To quit him with this arm, isn't it not to be damned? So not to be shows up twice in the play of Hamlet. So this is just a simple demo of how you can use XPath to search